Welcome, everybody, to the Lipsey's Aim Higher podcast. I am Rob Ambrosino. This is Lori Lipsey Aronson, our always our chairwoman and CEO, but our three-time podcaster now. This may be it, though. This may be your swan song for the show, right?
Forever? Okay.
Well, I mean, just for the show.
Oh, for this show.
Yeah, for the show.
Saving
The show,
best
I mean,
for last.
shot show, yes.
You are the best for last.
How do I follow Don Jr.?
You won't.
It's going to be tough.
You won't.
Yeah.
I should actually have put you guys on this side, so I
So
whoever
you
comes.
can see.
Yeah, no, Lori
No.
needs to be over there so she's not distracted.
No.
My
Gotta
celebrities,
go.
yeah. You're right. And we have
Sorry.
Chris Chiafullo of the Chiafullo Group, also with FFLGuard, the founder of FFLGuard, and we'll
Yes,
talk
sir.
about that in a minute. We actually just started to, but we can get into that. Actually, real quick, if you want to talk about the group and FFLGuard, just a quick, brief history on that. We can get everyone up to speed.
Quick history. Been an attorney in the firearms industry for over 25 years. That's how I know Lori. I worked for Lipsey's for years. FFLGuard is a group of subject matter experts and lawyers that represent full-time 700 or 800 retailers around the country. And we keep them current, we keep them compliant, we keep them proactive, we keep them out of ATF's crosshairs, and if they do end up, bye-bye Joe Biden, but if they do end up in the Biden deadly sin world where they get called into a revocation hearing, Chris Chiafullo puts on his tie and goes in and swings his sword, and that's it.
So what do you do the next 4 years? You just take it off? I mean, you just relax, you go on vacation? I mean, we're good, right? We're on cruise control?
Well, to be honest with you, that's a great observation, right? And
Right.
and I've already lived through this.
I'm being facetious, you know that.
Well, you're not, because my workload on hot clients, so those that ATF are trying to revoke, significantly dips. Whereas I'm still being proactive and teaching them all the things they need to know.
Right.
And when there's a change in administration's transition, there's a change in the laws, change in the regs.
Yeah.
So it's my job to keep my people, my flock,
Educated.
educated.
Yeah.
And so that takes up a bulk of our time. And it's a lot better than yelling and screaming at ATF.
Yeah, right.
It's just a more productive use of everybody's time.
Do you work with other groups like we had the Second Amendment Foundation here earlier? We did a partnership gun with them and helped raise some money.
Yeah.
Do you work with them too? Because they do a lot of similar things, obviously.
Right, and like Gun Owners of America and those types.
Right,
Sure.
right.
So we have strategic alliances with them where we'll service their clientele or we'll provide a discount to participate in FFLGuard to them. Always strategic alliances because we're all sort of on the same, we're all in the same church, different pews, but we're all in the same church. So yeah, I've spoken at the SHOT Show for NSSF. We're a known, at this point, we're a known commodity.
You are, and like you said, I've worked with you for over 25 years in different capacities, but still in the relationship of, attorney client getting us through what was some pretty, I'll call them some dark days in the 90s with all these frivolous lawsuits.
And we were only 16 at the time.
I was 12 and a half, but you did a good job. I learned an awful lot. But over the years, you've expanded your business and your practice, and you obviously have a lot of experience under your belt, and you've helped so many retailers out there. So certainly encouraging others who might need a little compliance guidance to give you all a call. And we've worked with you on the distributor side for many years, and we still do. And it's absolutely one of the most valuable things that we do is working with you, because you can keep us on the straight and narrow when we need to be.
Listen,
and we are.
You've got the best boots on the ground with Mr. Duet.
We sure do.
He's the man. So he's a great ambassador for Lipsey's and a great compliance guy. But So to be fair, the funny part, Lori, about everything you just said, one of my common go-to BSing, kibitzing conversational pieces when I'm with somebody is that I'm really the world's worst attorney in everything else. Like I can't divorce you. I can't write a will for you.
You couldn't get me out of a parking ticket.
I could not get you out of jail. But if you have a federal firearms license, I'm the guy, and I'm comfortable with that role. I'm good with it. So.
Yeah. Well, having a niche like that, it pays too.
It does pay.
It's good money. Can be.
It's good money. Law school was expensive though. It wasn't like a freebie.
Right.
But I will tell you that my colleagues, my contemporaries who are lawyers, are always like, dude, that is so cool. You get to hang out with guys who shoot guns.
Yeah, right.
You get to, that's so much better than what I do.
Yeah.
And I basically say, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I lucked out. I'm not a scummy attorney that has to chase ambulances and things like that. I get to do what I love. It's great.
So what is in judicial speak? What is on the docket here for the next 4 years? What are we looking at? Yeah,
Change.
Let's talk about it.
Significant change. Change for the better. You know, and I can honestly tell you, as an attorney that worked in the Biden world, that was very. I have a Biden wing on my house. Thanks to Joe. You know.
Right.
So
it's like a dedicated library.
a bust of him. Yes. Thank you, Joe. But you know, that is not an America that I wanted my children to grow up in.
Sure.
So even if I have to, as someone who profits off of a guy like Joe Biden, I would rather not have him.
Yeah.
I would rather not profit.
Yeah.
To know that my kids are going to grow up in a country that's for real.
Well, it's been nice. The vibe of the show in these 2 days, these 2 long days,
Yeah.
first days of the show, has been very, very positive.
Absolutely.
It's just a different vibe. People are walking a little taller and a little stronger and a little more confident, you know, than they have been in the past. And it's a good feeling to talk to all of these retailers and to hear about their special plans. And I just think it's just given a great confidence to our industry that we haven't had, you know, in a couple of years. And look, business has not been bad. I mean, business has been pretty damn good.
Yeah, real good.
But when you have the mindset and the positive vibe and the atmosphere that people are talking about, it feels good.
Well, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Sure
And
does.
Trump
Yeah.
is the ultimate tide master.
Yeah.
You know, and his just presence globally has changed everything.
Yeah.
And it's certainly, you know, everyone's happy, everyone's optimistic, and they have every right to be. It's been a hellish run up to now. Right?
You know what's interesting? How long does it take to change the tide in your world? Meaning, you know, we had Trump, and then Biden comes in, so there's, you know, all these rules, regs, everything. You've got a whole new playbook you've got to learn and teach, and then you probably that takes a while, and then you probably kind of start wrapping that up and getting a grasp of it, and it's like, oh, Trump's back in office. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's usually a year.
So
It's usually the first year. The first year is the most tumultuous, the most change, the most adaptation.
You're going hard for the next 12 months.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not just getting a vacation because
Right.
47 is here.
Yeah.
We are now adjusting, and I think there's big surprises in store for our friends at the ATF.
Yeah.
I think things are
Rightly
going
so.
to radically change over there.
Is there any kind of advice or words of wisdom you want to share with the retailers? Like at this moment, you know, hopefully there are a lot of retailers listening to this. I mean, what would you say to those people who perhaps don't have the guidance I was just talking about, and they should, you know, engage in your services, but is there something just in general you think they should know?
Yes, and that is, don't go to sleep. Don't rest on your laurels because 47 has come in to save us. There are still plenty of Biden-era hires
Sure.
that work at the inspector level that are still following marching orders or have a personal agenda
Yeah.
against firearms. You'd be amazed how many anti-firearms types there are.
Yeah.
Plenty of pros, but plenty of antis. My point is, you can't just rest on daddy's home.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything's fine now,
That's
because
great advice.
that's not necessarily true.
Well, and he's got 4 years, and then we don't know what's after that. I mean, this is not a permanent fixture, so.
Oh, well, hopefully it's 8 of Vance, and then 8 more of Don Jr., and we can get Barron to 36 years old, and
That's ambitious.
Right.
I'm a huge supporter of that family.
Yeah.
I enjoy the fact that he acts how he acts, because I'm from
Yeah.
New York, New Jersey, right?
Right.
We're all like that, to the point, blunt, direct. This is
Right.
what we want.
Yeah.
No beating around the bush.
I like that New Yorker in you. You never leave that home. The New Yorker, the New Jersey boy. Like
I don't.
You never leave that
No,
behind.
I
we
never
always
do.
know it's with you.
You could take the boy out of New Jersey. You could never take the New Jersey out of the boy.
So
That's
tell
true.
me about Jersey. Tell me about New York. What you been up to, Chris?
A lot of good places to eat, Lori.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Where did you take me to last time?
Oh, we went to Michael's. We
Michael's.
went to that's the power lunch
In New York?
spot in New
Yes.
York. It's a
I've been there.
meathead.
Lori took me there once.
Yes,
I sure
it was a
have.
power lunch.
Yeah.
It was
is
intimidating.
The power lunch place.
Steve?
Steve.
I know.
My sweet, adorable friend Steve.
Caterer
Who was
for the
biggest
Jets?
The Jets, I was
Haspel
just
fan.
gonna say.
Yes.
Cater for the Jets and the
I've got
Although
him
that
and
might be-
Haspel. He adores it.
Is he still doing that, by the way? Is he still catering for the Jets, you know?
Yeah, he has the
he's,
Jets.
He's the general manager of the green room at MetLife
Yes.
Stadium.
Okay.
So he gets all the hoo-has in there.
Wow.
And every now and then the VIPs, the very important peons like me, I get to go in and enjoy doing that. But
Yeah.
no one has that Midas touch of customer service
He was a
that
really nice
Steve
guy.
does. And Michael McCarty, who's the owner, they have a place, obviously, in New York where we all went. And he's also got a place in Santa Monica. But if I can divert for just a minute. So Michael just lost his home
Oh,
in
man.
the Palisades.
Wow.
Devastating.
Yikes.
Just devastating.
Yeah.
We could have a whole conversation there. But in
Yeah.
any case, Michael's, that's still one of my favorite places.
And to be fair, Rob, Lori and I were conspiring when you were setting up the camera.
I can feel we're
and,
going.
and he's still recording.
We're about to go
It's the-
Anthony Bourdain show here, aren't we? You
But
know?
We are.
Michael Mina is opening one of his bourbon steak houses, the first one in New York, in
Did
the
not know this.
JW Marriott
How about that?
on Central Park South. Any more food tips?
Well, I recently went to Chelsea Cafe in the Chelsea Hotel, I believe. Adorable, fun place, great food. My daughter Anna up there, she and her boyfriend Max always find.
Why
great
didn't you just
food
tell me you
spots.
wanted to do a food show? Like, I would have prepared.
No,
I'm not anti food show.
To be fair, we wanted to see how long it took before your head exploded. So we got through 3
We
restaurants.
got through a few.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We can talk about whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's funny, just to wrap us up with Don Jr., because he was obviously the talk of the town when he came over to
Right.
say hi to you.
I'm waiting for my next distraction. I'm gonna just put this
I'm
down.
gonna just-
I'm gonna walk off.
Yeah.
Walk off. Set.
Irish exit.
I can do whatever.
He was we were at a former distributor that used to be in the world had a conference, and he came and spoke. And the funniest part about the whole thing was that he has a house a couple miles from mine in the Catskills. So we have a upstate house, and we always would be passing, right? So never. He's not my friend. He doesn't know me.
Right.
But you know when he was just here, just like he
Yeah.
was just there.
Right.
So we're at this conference, and Bill Frame, God love him, says, "This is your neighbor, Don," and he points to me. And now there's 40 people around, and he goes, "You live in New York?" And I'm like, "No, I live up by you in the East Branch, up in the Catskills." And we go on to have a 35-minute conversation about all the restaurants in the Catskills
Oh,
that
wow.
we eat at constantly. And now you've got 40 guys sitting around going, "We didn't come to talk about restaurants." But that's what it always
all
goes
comes
back to
back to
food.
food.
It always goes back.
Every time.
I'll tell you, Lori taught me a long time ago. A long time ago. I forgot where we went. Maybe the first trip somewhere, New York, maybe. And she documents every restaurant and all these places. And I started doing that. I use Google Maps, and I'll just
Put notes.
I'll put notes on the map.
Yeah.
Green is I love it, or hard is I love it, and green is I want to go, and yellow is I've just been there. So I started doing that, and it's really. And now I've been to overseas and all other places, and I pull it out, and it's really cool because she's always great at suggesting restaurants.
Absolutely.
And so I've adopted that. I don't know if I've told you that officially. Maybe I
don't
have.
think you have.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's really cool, and
I love knowing that.
people are impressed when I show my Google Maps and all the places I'm like, oh yeah, here and there, and
And I'm still
yeah.
working on my Excel spreadsheet. I'm
Yeah.
updating
Yeah.
by hand.
Well, my
I'll show you.
co-ti-
We're filming with my phone. I'll show you later. but
My
anyhow.
co-title at FFLGuard is Commissioner of Food and Drink.
okay.
So,
That's cool.
when
You
it comes
put that
time,
on your business card.
no, like even when we go to eat, when it comes to ordering, nobody will pick up the menu. They'll be like, nope,
Yeah.
go ahead, order,
Yeah.
make it happen. I like that. I dig
Where's
that.
where's the best what you think is the best steakhouse in Manhattan? I've been to Wolfgang's, which I really like, by the way.
Yep.
The one on Park, and then Del Frisco's by Radio City. and then- yeah, but there's a couple. Name a couple, and
Sparks, you have to go to Sparks.
I hadn't heard of that one.
That's
Okay,
the
so-
old famous.
Yeah, it's where
Gallagher's. Is
Castellano.
Gallagher's one? No. Okay.
You want to go to Delmonico's down in the financial district.
Okay.
Okay, because that's where Baked Alaska was originated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you get good Baked Alaska as your piece de resistance of dinner, right?
Anything? Is it similar to here at all? The one here in the hotel? I mean?
I don't know because I've never.
No, it's
No.
not.
The-
Because
and-
the one here is
There's a
by
Peter Lu-
Emerald.
Is
Oh.
what?
Emerald's restaurant.
Yes.
Delmonico.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the same as that
Oh,
one.
it's not.
No.
No.
Oh.
The one No, it's not. You're right. The one in the finance district is the one that's been there since 18. It's on a corner.
But it's also it's called Delmonico as well.
Delmonico's. It was the
Oh,
original.
okay, I
Yep.
got you. I got you.
So between there, everybody goes to Peter Luger's in Brooklyn because that's an institution.
Right. I've heard of that. Yeah.
And it's it's an experience, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I had my druthers and you said where
Yeah.
my wife
Yeah.
said we're going in, where are we going?
Yeah.
It would be 100% Spark Steakhouse.
Okay, good to know.
Without question.
I was there in October, and we went to Wolfgang's, which I really liked. I did, but it was
okay.
I wouldn't say it's the best place I
It's
ever
not.
ate, but it was good.
Now Keen's.
Keen's that's the other one I was thinking
by
of.
Madison Square Garden.
It was like it was a coin flip. I'm looking at reviews and I'm like,
I think
and,
they're
and some
changing.
people are like, Peter Luger's sucks. Don't waste your time going over there.
Well, you got to go over
it's-
to Brooklyn.
Well, I know it's overrated. I'm like, well,
But Keen's is changing hands.
okay.
So you want to get in before corporate America takes over there. You want to go, well,
Yeah.
it's still the Keen's people. You
Yeah.
know, I think that's a place that I'd like to go next. But at the end of the day, Sparks is
Okay.
just second to none.
Good. I'll put that on the list.
You
Put
got
it
it,
on my
bud.
Google Maps. We'll continue. What else are we talking about?
Well,
You're going to have to edit the shit out of this.
I was gonna say,
I'm gonna have to make a video before this saying, okay, if you want, just watch the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Unless you're interested in
Welcome to the Nonsense Podcast.
That was always the plan. That's what
Yeah.
we were whispering
Oh, that's
about.
great.
We
It's-
got that.
It's good fun. Yeah. What else? Anything else you want to add or talk about? Or?
no, I think it's great. Like, I think Chris has been a great partner over these years, and just a good friend of the business, and to me personally.
It was great
and
to see your dad.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
So,
It's good that he's here, and your family is good and
Everyone's
healthy
great.
and wonderful.
so Chris,
it's all good.
if someone does, need help, want
Yep.
help, want resources, want education, what's the path? Is it a pretty easy path to find you? Hit the website. I mean, what do we do?
FFLguard.com.
Okay, good.
And you'll see my smiling face and
Yeah.
everything we offer. And by the way, Lipsey's has been a great partner as well. So if you're talking to your salesman and say, hey, I've got ATF in here, I'm a little disconcerted, what do I do? They usually say, well, you should talk to our guy at FFLguard. And
Yeah.
so you all do a great job of pointing people
Yeah.
my way.
Good.
And in return, as a thank you, I've sent you snow.
Oh yeah.
Us from the Northeast
Thank
sent
you,
our
Chris.
snow
That's so
Oh, yeah.
kind.
down
Yeah.
to you.
Wow, we appreciate
We
it.
sent no plows and no salt, but we
Nothing.
sent the snow.
I think South Louisiana is the only place in the world that was looking forward to a blizzard. I mean, I think the people were happy to get it. I mean, really, you see all the photos.
We missed it.
I've
We're
never
here.
seen so many snowmen.
Scott-
snowmen per capita.
speaking about Scott-
I think we win.
Oh,
Right,
so
Scott
funny.
Duet, right?
Yeah.
Speaking about him, he's got great video of his daughter just out
Oh yeah,
playing in the snow.
Yeah.
Frolicking
The
in
kids
the
have
snow.
no idea. I mean,
Right,
my
I've never
kids were
seen
born in Florida. They've seen snow. This might be the third time,
Right.
ever. I mean,
Crazy.
yeah.
Well, enjoy it. I hope you all enjoy
Well,
it the
we're
way
here.
we do.
Okay.
I may not see it.
FFLguard, steakhouses, travel blog,
Everything.
and snow.
We're Renaissance people.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks for
It's
having me.
always a pleasure.
Always fun.
I look forward to this because I don't. I do.
Because
I laugh.
nobody's going to watch it. So we can say and do whatever we want. Where's Don Jr.
Oh,
when
good.
we need him
Yeah,
most?
good.
Let's go.
We're going to finish the day with Chris because I don't have to think at all or take it seriously.
Next
I'm
year
kidding.
he'll do the
I'm kidding.
podcast.
Serious business if you want to get a hold of them. FFLguard.com, though, if you need help in that realm, which great resource. And
Thank you.
Thanks for your partnership. And
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks for your
Thank you for
co-hosting.
having me.
Thanks for
Sure.
sticking around this time.
Sorry, Rob.
Okay. All right, guys. End of day 2, almost. Until next time,
Thank
aim
you.
higher.